I know it's been a while, but bitch, I'm back. Happy 2026. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. However this finds you, I hope it finds you prosperous, at peace, and on your way to amazing, amazing things. I hope it finds you well. Listen, I am not going to be on here for a long time, but I am going to be on here for an in living color type of time. That is because I'm starting something new this year. I decided to try out a Color of the Month series. It is 12 straight months of grounding ourselves in color. It is symbolism, it's history, it's energy. And yes, it's how it shows up in my everyday life and in your everyday life. I'm a fan of branding that includes fonts, palettes, all of the things. We are going to hone in on color. Colors are part of expressing a brand, even if that brand is your personal one. We're going to show color, love in 2026 and beyond. Symbolism, history, energy, and how color shows up in your everyday life. Pantone's Color of the Year conversation at the end of last year. It was complicated, controversial, and irked folks' nerves, including mine. Listen, I love a good white. Cloud dancer though, during these times, we're gonna come back to that. But today's video was brought to you in part by the color red. So why red in January? Maybe it's because January asks for stamina, energy, it requires flow, life force after what was a long year. I love red because it doesn't whisper, it signals. It kind of says we're still here, we're still moving, we're still alive. For me, red feels like a reset, without pretending that the past didn't happen. It's ancestral. There's symbolism behind red. It's power, it's love, it's expressed in rage, warning, desire, survival. We use red to mark those things. Across cultures though, red marks beginnings and ends. It marks birth, ceremony, protection, urgency. It's the color of the body. It's not the abstract. Red is one of the earliest colors that humans have ever used. Long before blue dyes or synthetic pigments, people used red ochre, that is iron-rich clay. It wasn't decorative, it was ritualistic. In prehistoric burials across Africa and beyond, red was used. This red ochre, or the clay, it was sprinkled on bodies to symbolize blood, rebirth, and continuity. The logic was simple, but it was profound. If blood equals life, then red carries life forward, even beyond death. And this is one of the earliest links between red and the ancestors. In Africa, on the continent, red was used and seen as protection, power, and presence. It has deep African roots, and that's not only metaphoric. Across many African cultures, it represents life force, spiritual protection, warrior strength, connection to the earth and the ancestors. Maasai warriors wore red shukas to signal bravery, unity, power, and protection. It was believed to ward off danger, both in the physical and the spiritual. In West and Central Africa, red pigments appeared on masks and textiles and ceremonial markings to honor the ancestors. It expressed fertility and ancestral reverence. And in ancient Kemet, Egypt, red, Desher, symbolized both vitality and danger at the same time. It marked power, chaos, and divine force. Red wasn't feared, it was revered. It was respected. Red was understood. Red's connection to ancestors, it is rooted in a core idea. And I mentioned this a little bit earlier, which is blood is lineage. Across the African diaspora, red shows up in burial rites and spiritual protection practices. It shows up in ceremonial clothing and offerings. Even in the Americas, red carried through. Sometimes it was subtle, sometimes it was overt. Because cultural memory, it didn't disappear, it actually adapted. I know you wanted it to disappear, but it adapted. That's why red often feels instinctual. You're not choosing it, you are remembering it. So red and the power and who was allowed to wear it, believe it or not, historically it was restricted. In ancient Rome, only generals and emperors were able to wear red dyed garments because they signaled dominance and conquest. Check that. In European monarchies, red dyes were expensive and regulated. Wearing red meant wealth, authority, and proximity to power. In China, as we know, red symbolizes luck, celebration, and protection. It did then and it does now. It was used in weddings and New Year's ceremonies then and now. The theme is consistent across cultures. Red isn't casual. It's earned, guarded, or feared, which is interesting. So when we think about red as reclamation, it's also political. It's often framed as too much, as I mentioned, too loud, too aggressive, especially when it's worn by Black women. The framing isn't accidental, though. There's this historical discomfort with visible power. So when we choose red intentionally, it is a reclamation. It's saying, I'm not shrinking, I'm not muting, I'm not softening, I am not making others comfortable, I'm expressing. I wear red where it feels most natural to me. In my eyeglasses for clarity with edge. In my workout gear because that strength that I pull from that red chakra. In my mind, strength deserves visibility. In my nail polish, because it's expressive. In my lipstick, when I'm really feeling it, because I feel like it's a declaration and it looks beautiful against my skin. None of it is about trend for me. It really is about resonance. This series, it's directly tied to brand, but also it's connected to power. For me, it's not about chasing color forecasts. I'm not really into that. It is about interrogating these choices, interrogating colors, asking about who they center, what they mean, who they erase, or when they're used to erase, because by themselves they don't erase anybody, and what energy they assume when we all need it. For me, red is a signal, it's a grounding force, it's a reminder that embodiment matters just as much as the aesthetic. And that's why I choose it for the very top of the year again and again and again. Red doesn't need softness from me. It is honesty, it's momentum, it's memory, it's in the bones. That is why I start with red. This video was brought to you in part by the color red. I told you I would not be on here for a long time, but for an in living color type of time. Red for January, child. Okay. As always, share this with somebody who needs a little color inspiration today. Like, share, and subscribe for more. And remember, until next time, you are capable of big things.